This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Downtown Chicago, especially here along the Chicago River, is premium real estate. New buildings are going up all the time. But for the last decade and a half, this plot of land at the mouth of the river has been boarded up and blocked off.
The skyscraper was invented in Chicago as the city rebuilt from the ashes of a fire that destroyed a third of all its buildings. In the century and a half that saw skyscraper construction make its way around the world, Chicago has remained one of the world's dominant skyscraper cities, with more buildings over 150 meters or 492 feet than all but 9 other cities on the planet. From 1973 to 1998, the city's Sears Tower was the tallest building on Earth, and in 2006 it was set to at least partially regain that glory with the construction of a new skyscraper that would tower over any other building in the Western Hemisphere and any other on the planet, besides the Burj Khalifa, which was actively under construction. Even today, nearly 2 decades later, the 2,000-foot or 610-meter tower would have remained the 4th tallest building in the world. Called the Fordham Spire, or simply the Chicago Spire, it would have been a massive hotel-apartment combination with a corkscrew design that, towering over the rest of the city, would have immediately become one of the most iconic buildings in the world. But today, all that remains of this once promising project is an empty hole in the heart of the city. Here's why it happened, and why, 17 years later, the pit in the ground has never been filled. Hello and welcome to That Is Interesting. I'm your host, Carter. Today, the fascinating story of a failed American mega project. If you're trying to start a blog, newsletter, or online business, having a nice professional-looking website will give you a lot of credibility. Today's sponsor, Squarespace, makes creating your own website easy and simple. Recently, I've been working on building my own website to complement this channel, and Squarespace has been super user-friendly and honestly a really fun experience. In this day and age, having your own website can be really useful. Anything from starting your own small business, looking to raise money for a cause that's important to you, or documenting your travels will be made so much easier with a website. And with Squarespace, you can build your own website with your own domain that looks personalized and professional. Do you want to teach an online course? Their member areas feature allows you to earn extra income doing just that. Want to send emails directly to your customers? Start your own blog? Collect donations? All that and more is easily doable with Squarespace, and you can link it to your other social media sites as well as use their great analytics tools to see just how much traffic your site is getting. The best part is, I've got a special deal on Squarespace just for you. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/thatisinteresting to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using code THATISINTERESTING.
Now, in this abandoned plot of land right in the heart of downtown Chicago, there's a circular pit surrounded by trees and filled with water. Now, this isn't a well, it wasn't supposed to be a pond, it's supposed to be the foundation of a building. Not just any building, but a mega tall skyscraper that would have been the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere and the second tallest building in the world, surpassed by only the Burj Khalifa. But the project failed, the building was never built, and today, this pit is all that remains of the Chicago Spire.
With its unique design as well as prime location, the Spire would have changed the face of Chicago. Sitting on the Chicago River and close to Lake Michigan with no other skyscrapers between it and the lake, it would have become an instantly recognizable cornerstone of the Chicago skyline that would be visible from much of the city, and would also give Chicago the honor of being home to the tallest building in the United States. In the decades since, no building has been constructed in the city, country, or even the continent overall that would have surpassed the Fordham Spire. But the project was beset by problems from its outset. Though approved by the city, Fordham, the real estate company behind the Spire, soon realized it couldn't get the money to pay for the ambitious project, and in 2005 called it off. But it was quickly snatched up by another real estate company, Shelbourne, who, unlike Fordham, did have the money. They made a few changes to the design and renamed it the Chicago Spire, and in 2007 it was approved by the city and ready to go. A fully residential building now, Shelbourne began selling and renting hundreds of units. Things were looking good for the Chicago Spire, and Shelbourne broke ground on the project, beginning to dig the foundation for the skyscraper. But 2008, it turns out, would soon be marked by a global financial crisis that would be the worst the US and the world had experienced up until that point since the Great Depression. Most of the money for the Chicago Spire had been borrowed from a bank in Ireland called the Anglo-Irish Bank, a bank that, due to the recession, was about to go under. The Anglo-Irish Bank asked for its money back in order to stay afloat, and suddenly not only was Shelbourne missing the funds to actually build the spire, but they owed money to a number of other people, businesses, and organizations, including the spire's architect, other loans they'd taken out for the project, and even the lease on their offices. Lawsuits poured in, the money wasn't there, and Shelbourne lost control of the construction site to Ireland's National Asset Management Agency, who killed the project. In the years after the recession, Shelbourne began engaging in legal battles to regain the rights to the site and build the spire. And in 2016, after many had written off the spire project as over, Shelbourne regained control, as long as they had the funds to pay for it. With the project funded by a group called Related Midwest, it looked like the spire might actually be built. But Shelbourne missed a payment to Related Midwest, and they lost control of the project once again. Unlike the National Asset Management Agency, the new owners, Related Midwest, did want to continue construction, just not of the spire. Instead, they planned to build 2 skyscrapers, shorter than the spire but still fairly tall, designed by famed architecture firm Skidmore, Owings & Merrill. The taller one, at 875 feet, would be Chicago's 11th tallest building, and the complex, called 400 Lakeshore Drive, was approved. But the site got hit with bad timing once again, this time the pandemic. However, it weathered the storm and initially planned to start construction in 2022 and finish the towers in 2024. As I write this though, it's the middle of 2023 and I was just at the spire site. Nothing is under construction and there's no equipment or signs of progress. Just an old fence and a pit, the foundation of what was supposed to be the second tallest building in the world, filled with water. If 400 Lakeshore Drive does eventually get built, it will probably be at least a few more years behind schedule. I want to give a big thank you to everyone who's already joined my Patreon. Through it, you can access different things such as behind-the-scenes videos, early access to maps I create, an exclusive Discord Q&A with me, ad-free content, and shoutouts to my videos. Please be sure to check out the TII store, where you'll be able to purchase all sorts of official That Is Interesting products and merchandise, including shirts, hoodies, embroidered beanies, masks, mugs, backpacks, laptop stickers and sleeves, and so on. I really appreciate the over 900 of you who have already joined my Discord server. If you haven't joined the Discord server yet, it's a great place to continue conversations about the topics discussed in these videos, interact with fellow viewers, and help provide information and suggestions for future videos. It's a great community, and we do fun stuff like geography game nights, live podcasts, and so on. I'll put links to both the Patreon and the Discord in the comments. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something new. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover the countries, cities, people, and places of the world and beyond. These videos will leave you saying, that is interesting.